Another way of undoing emotions is to use what the Sedona Method calls diving in. What we do with an emotional experience is we dive into the center of it. Now, this can sound really quite frightening because we spend a lot of time trying to resist uncomfortable feelings. With good reason, it's just how we function in life. But often that resistance keeps it in place, which is one of the central axioms of the work we do here. So we can practice diving in to the core of an emotion, and what we find is that there's often not very much there. But if someone tries to convince you of that, just cognitively, it will not land very well. It's not a very good idea. So we need a process, which is what we've got here. So say I'm feeling, say if you're feeling angry, or if you're feeling really sad or frustrated or whatever it is, you can dive right into the center. So let's just take sadness. And so you're feeling sad. There's all the thoughts going on about why you're sad, what somebody's done or what hasn't happened, what's hurt, what's been painful, what you're predicting for the future, maybe some if-onlys. There's lots of thought processes that accompany sadness. And so what you can do is just dive into that sadness, right into the center of it. I mean, I could almost feel it now. I'm not actually particularly sad, but if I was. So it's really a process of going deeper and deeper and deeper into that sadness. And you don't have to question the thoughts you're having or do anything with it. It's not a doing. It's really a diving or a sinking. So we're not doing cognitive therapy here and discovering that our emotions are based on ideas that aren't true, because that's just more thinking. This is the opposite to that. So I dive deeper and deeper and deeper into my experience of sadness, where it is in my body. Just opening to that whole experience. Fully allowing myself to just be sad. Deeper, deeper, and deeper into the core of sadness. And again, often you'll find that there's a spontaneous undoing of the pain. And it's for more energetic emotions, say anger. Again, you can do the same with that. So then it would be just really experiencing the anger. Sometimes we need to move when we're angry. It's often not a good idea just to lie down because the body is asking to move generally. So again, diving into the body often with anger and just thinking, feeling, noticing what's actually here. Just experience as best you can all that energy. Diving into that anger. Fully allowing it as best you can. And as soon as I do that, I start to feel like how it's on my side, right? It's trying to protect me or something. Again, we don't want to get into too much analysis, but even just doing that process and remembering the last time I was angry, instead of feeling like something outside myself that I have to get control of, it feels like just part of me. And particularly with anger, it often really needs to be heard, acknowledged, and given a little bit of respect. So diving into it gives it that. So I suppose you could say that diving in is not that you're trying to listen to what the emotion's got to tell you. You don't need to be that cognitive about it. It's just diving into its core and finding out what it is. So if you think about this in terms of, imagine somebody really wanting to know all about your experience. Whatever you were feeling, assuming they were a friendly person who wanted to really say, so what does it feel like then to be sad for you? It would be really a very nourishing and releasing experience. So almost that's what we're doing. You can think of that as a sort of metaphor for what we're doing. It's as if somebody was really interested in your experience of sadness, anger, grief, frustration, fear. And so you're doing that for yourself. So it's incredibly friendly and loving to do that. Just be interested by diving into how is that? What is sadness for you? How does it feel? What is anger for you? What is frustration? How is it for you? How does it feel? What's going on in the body? Where does it hurt? How does it hurt? And so that's what you're doing for yourself, and the thinking will actually just fall away as you do that. So again, thank you for your attention. Thank